Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Isatuna Binti Abdul Rahman. My metric number is A19EC0056 and I'm from section 9. In this video, I want to show you about how I've done my lab 2. So, in this lab, I will explore several aspects of the HTTP protocol that ask me to do 5 tasks. So the first task is about the exploration of the HTTP by downloading a very simple HTML file. And then the task 2 about the HTTP conditional gap. And in task 3, I would like to show you what happened if we download a long HTML file. And the task 4 is about the HTML file with the embedded object such as image. And then the last task asks about to visiting a protected website which we need to insert the username and the password. Okay, so for task 1, we need to write HTTP here and then wait for a little bit, then start capture packets, then click on the browser, after click that, stop capture. Okay, so the question is, the version of my HTTP running is 1.1, and then the language that my browser indicate that it can accept to the server is English, and the IP address of my computer is 117.18.232.200, and then the IP address of the website server is 192.168.0.14, and the status code that returned from server to my browser is 200 OK. And then the last modified was 5th December 2020, and then the content length is 7,248, and the last question is, by inspecting the data, username 1. So there are no headers within the data that are not displayed in the packet listing window because zero data appears match up exactly with what is shown in the packet listing window. Is the task 2. Okay, we need to start capturing packets, and then okay, then we need to refresh. So this stop, then type HTTP. Okay, so this is the task 2. Okay, so here is the question of for task 2. On the first HTTP GET request line, there are no if modify since line here, and then the next question is, the server did explicitly return the content of the file. Here we can see that the server returned the content of the file. And then the next question say see if there is a if modify since. So here it has the if modify since, which is on 5th December 2020. And then the last question, what if the HTTP status code, and then did the server explicitly return the content of the file? So as we can see here, we get the HTTP 1.10304 not modified response. This is much shorter than the full response packet, which contains all the Wireshark file. Okay, that's all. So for the task 3, choose Wi-Fi and then start capturing packets. Open the browser. And open Wireshark. Stop capturing packets and then write HTTP. For the question at task 3, there is only one HTTP GET request message that was sent by the browser. This is the HTTP GET request. And then, next question, at the packet number 2686, as the trace contains the status code and phrase associated with the response to HTTP GET request. Here is the code and the phrase. And then the code and the phrase is HTTP/1.1/200 OK. And then there are 4 TCP segments. There are 4 TCP segments that are needed to carry the single HTTP response and the text of the bill of right. Here, 4 reassembled TCP segments. Okay, next is the task 4. For the task 4 here, start capturing packets and then go to the browser. Okay, here we can see the disk. Then stop capturing packets. Then write HTTP. Okay, next for the question in task 4, as we can see here, there are 2 HTTP GET request messages that being sent by the browser, which are 128.119.245.12 and then 192.168.0.15. Okay, so the next question asks about if the image downloaded serially or parallel. So here I can tell that the browser downloaded the image serially, because here we can see that the timestamp shows that the PNG image was downloaded after the second GET, and then the JPG image was downloaded after the third GET. Okay, so for the last task, we first start capturing the packets, open the browser, okay, so it asks the username, so we keep the username, then the password, network, So it says unauthorized. So stop, then find the HTTP. Okay, next for the question in task 5. The first question is, the server response to the initial HTTP GET message from the browser is unauthorized. 401 unauthorized. And then second is ask about the second GET message and the new field. So here we can see that here the new field that is now included is the authorization field. This is included because we send the server a username and password along with our request stating that we were authorized to receive the page. Okay, that's all from task 1 and the task 5. So, I have shown you how I have done my lab 2. So, in this lab, I have learned about the several aspects of the HTTP protocol. For example, in task 1, it showed about the basic of HTTP GET message without the embedded object. I also can see that in task 2, 3, 4 and 5, we need to clear the browsing data, which means the history need to be cleared in order to get the accurate result on the Wireshark. So for the task 2, the task 2 is different from the task 1, as we can see that it is the same, but it's not the same, because in task 2 it's about the conditional GET. So in task 2 we need to clear the sachet before we done on Wireshark. And then the task 3 is about the long HTML file. So in long HTML file, we can see that the task 1 and task 2 is about the short and simple HTML file, but in the in task 3 it's about the long HTML file, and I can see that they need 4 TCP segments to carry the single HTTP and download the file. We need 4 or more, I don't know about that, but yeah, we can see that about the TCP segments. And then in the task 4 had shown that when we download a file with the embedded object, it downloaded either with parallel or serially. In order to recognize which is the object downloaded partially or serially, if it is downloaded impartially, the arrival time, it is not the same. For example, that the PNG image will download it first, and then JPG file, and then if it is parallel, the arrival time will the same. That means the image will be downloaded at the same time. So I have recognized how the image has been downloaded. And then in the task 5, the last task is about visiting the protected website, which means we need to insert the username and the password. So here I can see that it has improved my understanding about the HTTP protocol, and I can see the difference between the tasks. Each task I can see the difference. So that's all. Thank you.